Hello! In this video, I'm gonna show you how to create a custom package for the Machine Learning Extractor from scratch. So, we have two options for creating this package. We can use pre-trained packages from UiPath that already comprise some types of documents like purchase orders, utility bills, and invoices and allow possible retrains. Or, we can retrain the package document understanding so it can deal with specific documents, as it will be in our case where we will use Brazilian documents. This will be done through data labeling, a capability inside UiPath's AI Center, which is still in the testing phase. So I have here my AI Center open, and it's always important to note that to use the AI Center and its capabilities, the user must have the UiPath's Enterprise license, or at least its trial. So, we have two options here for creating our skill for the Machine Learning Extractor. The first one is to use pre-trained packages available here in the AI Center, created by the UiPath, and creating a skill with them. So we just go here to the ML packages, out of the box packages, UiPath Document Understanding, and here we have a selection of packages we can choose from. We have invoices from Australia, we have invoices from India, invoices from Japan, purchase orders, receipts, and utility bills. These packages already deal very good enough with many documents that we can come across as we are processing documents. But well, I would just have a quick demonstration here of how to create this skill. I will choose here the invoice package, for example, and we have here the versions designed by UiPath. We can see here that we have 9 versions until now. I would choose 9.0 and submit. Now we can create a name for the package. I will call it ML Demo 1. We choose here again the package version if you want. We can provide a description and an input and output description, and also a OCR engine. It's optional, so we'll just leave it blank for now. And then click submit again. So here it is, the package created, and we can jump the pipeline step. As I said, this package is already pre-trained, and we can go to the ML skill tab, create new, and then we just choose a name for the skill. I'll call it skill demo, for instance. Here we choose the package, the major version, and the minor version. We can provide a description if you want, and also enable the GPU if it's available in your license. And then we just hit create, wait for the skill to be available, and then we just go to the desired workflow and choose it from the Machine Learning Extractor activity. But as I said, they are pre-trained, so it deals very well with the majority of documents you come across. But if by any chance you want to specify the package to your own use cases, your own documents, specific documents, you also have the option to retrain this package here. Once again, on the out-of-the-box packages, UiPath Document Understanding, this Document Understanding package here. It's a retrainable package. It also has 9 versions, and you can retrain it with your specific documents if you want to adequate it for your own use cases. So to do this, the first thing you want to make sure is if you have data labeling enabled in your account. This is a work in progress capability, and because of that, it's not available to the general public yet. To get a trial, you must apply for it in the UiPath's Insider portal. The link will be in the description. So after doing that, we have to create a session here in the data labeling tab. We choose here, it's very easy. We choose here the UiPath Document Understanding, enter name of the session, I will call it Demo 1, and now we can either choose a dataset, an already created dataset, one that is empty, or we can create a new dataset here as well. And then we provide the name, the description if you want, and then hit create. I have my session already created. Is this one, extract demo, with the dataset extract demo, and the status is available. So we just click it and it will open. Okay, here's our data labeling session. And before we start labeling our documents, we have some configuration to be made. The first one is to go here to the settings panel, and then we can provide an OCR method as an OCR engine, right? So we have the UiPath Document OCR, the Google Cloud Vision OCR, Google Cloud Vision OCR for Japanese, and also the Microsoft Read OCR. I will choose the Document OCR from UiPath, and this is the endpoint we have to provide. It comes automatically, but with the community version, I will change it to Enterprise. It's not mandatory, but I like to do this. And also we have to provide an OCR key. So here it is, and then we hit save. Right, this is done. And now we have to define the fields we will be extracting from our documents. We have three types of fields. The regular fields, that are the normal fields that appear in the document, like the name of the client, the address, the total value of the bill. Those, well, normal fields. We have also the column fields that are related to the tables that appear in many documents. As in a receipt, we have many columns. We have a little table that has many lines, and in each line we have the quantity of the item you bought, the value of the item, the name of the item, maybe its description, right, and so on. And we also have the classification fields that refer to the document as a whole. With that I mean, if we are working with invoices from many countries, you will notice that the currencies between these invoices are different. So we have the euro in Europe, we have the dollar in USA, and here in Brazil we have the real. So if we have this case of many invoices from many different countries, we will have to define classification fields to choose between these currencies. Well, my document is going to be really simple, so I will just use a regular field for this. We click here and we will create the first one. We'll call it total, and we can select now some settings for it. And we have first one, the type of the field. We have string, we have the number, use it for amounts or quantities, the date type, phone or identification number. For this total field, since it is a value of the bill, I would just choose here number. Okay. Now, if we have this field appearing in many places in the same page of the document, we can also choose here which will be extracted. If it is with the highest confidence, if it's the first span of this field, if it is the largest value or the longest value. For this field total, I will just choose the first occurrence. A shortcut to make it easier to use this field here in the labeling session. And also we have here an option if the field appears in multiple pages. It's very similar to the post-processing ones. Highest confidence, first occurrence, last occurrence, highest number or lowest non-value. I will just choose highest confidence again. And here we have two checkboxes. One for the multi-line, if the field expands across many lines, like an address that sometimes is written in two different lines, or the hidden option that hides the field when the dataset is exported. These documents here from the data labeling is exported to the dataset. I will leave both unchecked and then just hit save. Okay, I will create two more regular fields. The bill number, that will be type string, as it is a string just to identify the document, the bill. And here we have this new scoring setting that is used to determine accuracy when running evaluation of model predictions. We have Levenstein that the prediction will be made according to each character of the field extracted, or if it is a exact match of the field. I would just leave as Levenstein. And once again, multi-line and hidden, I will leave it unchecked. Just hit save. And now the due date, that will be date type, and save. With this done, we can now import some documents to be labeled. So I will call the batch name files, and we can also mark this as a test set if we want this batch just to evaluate if the training of a skill has been made correctly. It's not our case, so we'll leave it unchecked. And now we can choose some files. So ideally, the minimum number of files we have to put here is 30 per document type. I will just put one for demonstration purposes, but bear in mind that the ideal value is at least 30 documents per type of document. I will grab here my document. It's this one. You could see that it is a PDF, and then we will be prompted to convert it to JPEGs. We just hit yes, and then the conversion will be done, and also an OCR will be performed. Okay, so it's done. We can now close it. Okay, so we had a little error because, as I said, it's a work in progress feature, but okay, everything's solved. And here it is, our document that we imported. And here we just have to select to correlate each field in the document to the fields we defined. So for instance, the total value, it's this one right here. So we just check it and then press its corresponding hotkey, in this case T. So it has been extracted, and we have to do this for every field we defined. So the bill number here, we just press B, and also the due date, it's right here, we press D. Okay, after we did this for each one of our documents, we have to click here to export these results to AI Center. If I click this now, we will have an error message because the data labeling requires these fields, the defined fields, to be marked in at least, to be tagged, sorry, in at least 10 documents. So, well, this will give us an error, so I will not press it right now. So this throws back to what I said. The minimum amount of documents that we should be aiming for is at least 30 for each document type. Okay, so I will just close it. And then normally this will get exported to a dataset. We can see here that my dataset extract demo is still empty, but I will show you another dataset that had the labeling done. This would happen. A subdirectory would be created inside the dataset, and here we will have some files. The schema we defined in the data labeling, like the fields the OCR used. We will have this split.csv file that splits our documents into training documents and evaluation documents to be used in the training. We will also have the JPEGs of each document, and also the schema for each specific document. Okay, with this done, we just kind of follow the same steps we did with the pre-trained packages. We go here to ML packages. out-of-the-box packages, UiPath Document Understanding, and here Document Understanding. It's the package we have to use. 9.0 version. I will call it ML Demo 2. Same inputs. We just hit submit. And now we have to train this package. As I said, this is not pre-trained, so we have to create a pipeline for it. It's very simple. We just click here on pipeline, create new, train run. We can choose our package here, so it's ML_demo2, and we can choose the package major version 9.0. And the input dataset, we don't have to choose the entire dataset, just the subdirectory that was created with data labeling. So in our case, as I showed earlier, the second retrain dataset, we will not have to click here, but instead here on this subdirectory. Okay, with this checked, we just hit create and then wait for the pipeline to end. Without a GPU, the training of the package with a pipeline would take at something close to 15 hours. So it's a kind of long time, but it is cut at least in half if you had a GPU enabled in your license. Well, that's not my case, so I would have to wait for the 15 hours to the skill to be ready, or the package training to be ready. And with this training, we would create our skill, just as the same. I would call it skill demo 2. We would choose here the ML demo package we trained, and instead of 9.0, here we will have 9.1 if it is the first training you did with this package. And then create our skill, wait for it to be available, and once again go to the desired workflow and choose it there and configure the extractor. So this is the end of our demo. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.